Doing well. Obviously, kind of being a little bit close to home, I guess, or at least relatable for me, is like the whole student loan stuff. Considering that, I'm fresh out of college, and so I was one of the lucky ones that pretty much got a full ride, and so I have very very little in student loans. But mostly, like most of like the people I know and my classmates and stuff can not say the same. And so this is something that's kind of relatively close to home. Um, Anyways, something caught my eye on the Philadelphia Fed's website where it seems like they did a survey for basically the expectations of student loans, right? For repayment, forbearance, cancellation, whatever. And so we'll basically head over to a screen share showing their main points of what they found from the survey. So go here. Okay. So basically found four key things. Again, this was a national sample of 13,500 people. So 3/4 of borrowers who were making regular payments before the pandemic expected to be able to make their payments in full after blanket pandemic forbearance ends. Um, so I guess that's a good statistics. I mean, 75%, basically saying like after their forbearance ends, it's just done. They can do it. So that's a good thing for them. Over half of education loan holders are a share significantly higher than observed in respondents without education debt. Okay. Reported temporary employment and income disruptions over a 1 year period and can benefit from temporary/occasional forbearance and support to remain on track for their payments. So that's one of the things. I mean, I think that was their argument to have the forbearance to begin with, not just with student loans, also with like mortgages and other forms of debt and such, or consumer debt. Um, so yeah. A significant share of education loan borrowers, so these are the actual students and such, which is over a fifth of borrowers in their data. And so they're chronically struggling and would benefit from more comprehensive solutions than extending a temporary forbearance. I mean, obviously, I guess, I mean, the way I think about it is because they say education loan borrowers, so a lot of that's probably student loans. Um, so obviously there's other types since it's only 20% or just over 20%, I'm assuming, um, of who their actual borrowers that they surveyed. And they're typically not going to be in the best financial positions because they've been having to pay these loans for a while, or at least for some time, I guess. Um, so who knows? What I'd be interested to see, and I didn't find a link or something to the actual survey, which maybe, never mind, maybe right there. Um, Basically, just finding kind of the nuances in it, like who exactly was surveyed. Like instead of just looking at these key findings, like what, like who, like how many of these people were involved in the 3/4 of borrowers who were making regular payments beforehand. And so that assumes 75%. So maybe this is the rest, um, right? And so there might be like 2 or 3% that's not encompassed in either of these two categories. Um, I don't know if that's something I'd have to read the actual survey for. And so most respondents without education debt preferred no or relatively limited cancellation of federal education debt, which is not too surprising. I mean, they don't have it to begin with, and so they'd prefer not to have it canceled, I guess. Obviously, I guess an aggregate total, considering it says most respondents, at least from the survey. Um, and by limited, they say 10% or lower, or 10%, 10,000 or lower per borrower. Just one of those things. I guess I can see, especially if they pay attention to like how big the student loan problem is with in terms of government, because I think interest on student loans is like the second largest income for the federal government. I guess that's where they get most of their money. Barring it, like changes between first and second, in terms of their kind of the largest gross, I guess, income source or whatever you want to call it. So obviously, in comparison, those with this debt preferred some form of debt relief. I mean, obviously, if you have debts, it'd be nice to have some form of forbearance or forgiveness in a way. So that's obviously heavily weighted at 86%. So, yeah. Anyways, I don't want to waste your guys' time and like download this and go through it without like actually like reading through it first. So that'll be something that's probably going to be saved for later and keep this video relatively short. But anyways, you can get the link in the description to the actual source and read the survey for yourself if that's what it is. It's kind of consumer report sort of thing. So yeah, that's all I got for this one. So I hope you guys have a good night, and I'll see you later.